We have to talk about the Blaze's new January 6th report. It is not surprising, I will say. We don't know exactly. This report isn't entirely confirmed yet. It's early. It just popped over the weekend. But what it looks like is you have somebody at the Secret Service who is, to quote their headline, a forensic match for the January 6th pipe bomber, according to sources. So that is somebody who was in the Capitol Police at the time, now actually reassigned this person to the CIA. This person now works at the CIA. Blaze did a gait analysis, which can match just the way that you walk, the way your body moves based on CCTV, to this person. My friend and colleague, former colleague Christopher Bedford, been on the show, is almost arrested while he goes to the one of the locations in the story that is clearly being surveilled. And so, Mike, right now, there is some indication that the Trump administration is thinking about infiltrating left-wing groups like Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover style, that type of thing. That's actually what's on the table with this ongoing January 6th investigation, that the pipe bombs were potentially false flags to draw law enforcement officers away from a response at the Capitol. And I was at the Capitol covering it live as it was happening. This is, about not even half a mile away for where the action is, outside the RNC and the DNC. Tell us how you're reacting to what the Blaze is reporting in this case, Mike.
I like, Steve Baker and the Blaze. I like and respect, them both very much. On this, this is a huge claim, and what's the quote? Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I would like to see the actual, forensic. What's the name of the program that was used to do this gate match? Like, walk us through that. Show the math on it, because this is obviously something that plays to look. It's very obvious that the pipe bomb was an inside job. To anyone who's studied this for even a half-baked, high on whatever drug second, it takes about 2 seconds to realize, they shut down the investigation right away. They, effectively, they didn't update. They collected 39,000 video files. They only uploaded 4 of them. They never updated the website ever again after September 2021. And it looks like they doctored the footage. They had a 1 frame per second black and white camera outside DNC headquarters. We were just talking about Watergate. Watergate was the break-in to DNC headquarters. You're telling me they learned so little from Watergate that they used a security camera system from the 1980s? The average 7-Eleven has a 30 frame per second camera.
The bomb, by the way, the pipe bomb itself, I never miss an opportunity to talk about the DNC pipe bomb, because if you've seen pictures of this alleged pipe bomb, it literally is like duct tape over a kitchen timer.
And the guy in charge of the FBI at the time was the one who sold fake pipe bombs 3 months earlier in the Whitmer kidnapping case. Stephen D'Antuono.
Right. That's right.
How did they bust them on the Whitmer fednapping case, where over half of the co-conspirators turned out to be federal assets or informants? It was 2 FBI agents at this is the Detroit FBI field office that Steve D'Antuono, these guys were under, who went to a bunch of 3%ers. That was one of the militia groups. That was the big 3 militia groups, together with the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers on January 6th. Went to the exact militia group that was involved in January 6th, infiltrated them, convinced them to, trained them on how to build homemade pipe bombs, and then busted them buying pipe bomb parts and charged them with attempted possession of weapons of mass destruction. And then, of course, the FBI and Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen, together with the FBI and some special forces teams out of Quantico, held an emergency meeting on January 3rd, 3 days before January 6th, to have these secret commandos stationed around the Capitol because they were concerned about a weapons of mass destruction being present around the Capitol. And lo and behold, that's the technical term in Justice Department parlance for a pipe bomb. That was literally what they charged the Whitmer. So if you read JFK and the Unspeakable, this great sort of comprehensive tome around the JFK assassination. They refer to the Detroit FBI office as the Siberia office. So how did the head of the Siberia office of the FBI get this magic promotion to be the assistant special agent in charge of the Washington, D.C. field office in December 2020, right before January 6th? So the Whitmer Fednapping arrest happened in October. 2 months later, he's made, and just weeks before January 6th, the same guy who specializes in false flag pipe bombs is made the head of the DC FBI office when the pipe bomb is planted, and then you have 90 minutes of this guy walking around on tape, making phone calls, sending text messages. Then they said, oh, well, we got everybody else's AT&T and Verizon data, but we couldn't get it from the cell phone companies in this case because the data was corrupted. And then it turned out Thomas Massie talked to them, and they said, well, it wasn't corrupted when we sent it to them. I mean, now the identity of the pipe bomber, it could be any number of permutations. It could be someone who is a federal officer or agent. I doubt it would be that direct. It could be someone who is a contractor, who is not, because we're going to want our deniable links.
Right.
You're going to want some, like, it could be the case, for example, that they let this guy go. Because remember, we're not told 39,000 video files, and you can't even tell us the ethnicity. This person touched multiple surfaces all throughout this 90-minute jaunt, and you couldn't swipe a single skin cell or hair follicle from any one of those surfaces. There's no way. There's no way in hell. But if this person was, for example, someone who was talked into, setting up a pipe bomb or constructing a pipe bomb, but he was convinced to do it by a federal informant or a federal agent, then putting that person on trial, that would come out in the trial. So you wouldn't arrest that person. Basically, what I'm saying is this could be any number of permutations, whether or not it's somebody who is working with the government, who is not working with the government, someone who was not with the government but knew that the government wanted them to, the Justice Department wanted them to do this, or FBI wanted this, or someone who didn't know, was given this pipe bomb that was a dud by someone, didn't know that they were actually a federal. This is what happened in the Whitmer Fednapping case.
Right.
It was they did not know that the people who were coming to their picnics and training grounds to teach them how to make pipe bombs were feds. They did not know the people that they were accused of buying the parts to make the pipe bombs were feds. I suspect
Randy Weaver. Yep.
Right. I suspect you have a very similar situation here, which is why they effectively shut down the entire investigation, right? Almost right out the gate. But I need to see more evidence than a gate. I don't even know what 94% confidence in a gate analysis means. I mean, frankly, you have 39,000 video files. Why not do exactly what Tulsi Gabbard did? And when she had 89,000 or 83,000 JFK files, it was like, listen, we only have a handful of people who can even review these at ODNI. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them all on a big, fat ODNI.gov webpage. Internet, do your thing. The FBI should do the same thing. We should know every internal file relating to the investigation, because I would say 4 years past the point, we're a little past the point where saying, well, it would jeopardize an ongoing investigation because the pipe bomber will be the first person to access these files and he'll know everything we have on them. Yeah, you know what? I think we're, when you're going to say that 40 years from now, 4 years into it, I think just show every single thing. I want, who was the person? What was the name of the federal agent inside the Biden DOJ who was in charge of the pipe bomb investigation? What was their name? I want every analyst memo. I want every single file, email to and from relating to the pipe bomb investigation. And just give us the pipe bomb files. There should be no daylight between what the FBI sees as it's conducting this investigation and what we see as the outside crowdsourced investigatory arm, because you guys offered us $500,000 as a reward for catching them. So it would help to see what you guys have seen. I want every email from the unit inside the FBI and DOJ that was investigating this person starting January 6th 2021 to present. There should be there should be tens of thousands of pages worth of emails, text messages, and analytical memorandum, video files. Put it all online and help us help you.
I mean, that is just a poetic place to leave it, Mike Benz. I can't thank you enough for taking the time to just break all of this down.